What's up, everybody? It's Bill from High Volume Games, and welcome to a new series that we're going to be doing. We're going to Plaay Dot Con 2025, and I'm going to take you along for a week-long journey, daily vlogs. We're going to leave from here in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to take the train down to DC, and then to Chicago, and then finally to Denver. We're going to be staying in Amtrak roomettes along the way. We're going to play some games. We're going to see some sights. We're going to, do whatever we can. Maybe try to get some pressed pennies along the way, and just have a great time this week. So I'm going to do a blog each day, and just show you what this cross-country trip is going to look like. So hope you enjoy, and let's have fun. All right, here's a little bonus footage for you. Since this is the day before we actually are going on the trip, but we're staying at the Renaissance Hotel in Providence to make our train, I decided to break out the games. Let's get started. So what I decided to bring with me is First Contact Your Town. It's probably one of my favorite games. And maybe hoping that somebody will want to play over the week. I've never played multiplayer on this, so that would be really fun. So we are starting out with the elderly woman as our character, which should be interesting because she has good credibility but not any strength. And can we shout out this, rolling table that the Renaissance has? This is fantastic. So, we are going to... I just wanted to show you that, this is what I'm playing. This is the first game of Plaay Dot Con week. I'm going to switch left-handed now. So, basically what you do in this game is you have your character. You're trying to find out which of the characters on this board are aliens and which ones are human. And there's also spaces like the school. And what happens is if you have an alien, you're trying to neutralize it. If you have humans, you're trying to convince them to join your posse. So we are going to try to convince someone to join our group or neutralize the alien. Now, normally, the first thing you're looking for is the elderly woman, because then you would know if you're a human, then if the elderly woman is on the board, you would know that they're an alien. Unfortunately, we don't have that. We do have a couple of doubles. The little girl is here and here, and also the housewife is on the corners. So we know that there are two of each of those. So your best bet is to cautiously go and talk to one of them, while then you can go after, on the next turn, the other person. Either hostile if you know they're an alien, or friendly if you know they're a human. So we are going to go to this housewife. We're going to pick them. We are going to flip the card over. And this is the human. First you have to decide, but I did say it beforehand. We are going to cautiously go for the housewife. The housewife is a human. So we now know that this housewife here is an alien. So we are going to go to our charts here, and we are going to cautious versus human. And this looks at credibility. Now we are a B, and the housewife is a B. So we are looking for a 4 to a 7. So this right here, and why I'm doing all this, the first roll of Plaay Dot Con week. Here we go. 4 to a 7. And as you see, a typical me roll, we get a 10. So she is not convinced. She's going to stay in town. We know who she is. So we are going to move the clock and take another turn. All right. We'll see in a bit. And we have finished the clock has struck 12, and we have lost. Unfortunately, after a huge standoff between the humans and the alien grocer is still in the movie theater. We have 3 characters left. Unfortunately, the clock struck 12. They had already attacked in the last hour, so they couldn't make a move now. But it is sad. We had a bunch of unconvinced humans that could have, again, played into factor. The bartender, the salesman, the housewife, they could have played into effect. What's great about this game is that, we went on a tear. The very weak aliens, the elderly lady's cane was huge in this thing, and we wiped out a lot of aliens. Unfortunately, it always comes down to that final battle in the buildings, and we started off hot, wiped out all but one, but that grocer was able to take out about 5 humans in the last thing and hold its ground and get the win. But what an awesome start to Plaay Dot Con week by this fantastic game of First Contact Your Town. So again, if you're seeing this, since this is going to be recorded before I actually, or sent out to the internet before I get to Denver, if you're watching this and you want to play First Contact Your Town with me, would love to have a multiplayer game later on this week. So we'll see you in the next section. Hey, good morning, guys. We are set to go. We're going to leave this hotel. We're going to head over to the Providence train station, just about a 5-minute walk, and we're going to get on our first train. We got a announcement from Amtrak earlier due to the excessive heat. The trains are going to be slowing down today and expect delays. But we've got, a buffer in DC, and we got a bigger buffer in Chicago. So still hoping for good days. We're going to just, take it slow, take it calm, and have a nice day, see the sights. So come on with me. See you in a bit. All right, here we go. We are walking down. I just had a weird story. I got locked in my room. I've never seen that type of door where the deadbolt automatically comes out, but I had the latch on when I tried to open the door, and then when I went down to get the latch off, the deadbolt came out, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I went to try to call, but the phone, the jack for the phone didn't actually fit in the phone, so I couldn't get a call in. Thankfully, I called, and they told me what it was. It was something simple. All you had to do was lift the doorknob up. But we are headed down to the train station. I'm a little late now because I spent about 10 minutes locked into my room. But we're about 5 minutes walk from the station. So I should have about 15 minutes before the train actually gets here. All right. So I don't know if you guys can hear me because it is loud. We're in Union Station, and I've had a 30-year tradition of coming to Uno's when I come to Union Station, and it is not here anymore. This is exactly where it was. This is now put up. I can see the back where the restaurant used to be, but I don't, it's, you know, back there, but it's gone. I'm so heartbroken. I will say though, this place looks great. There's been some years that I've come here and it is just not, you know, most places are closed and stuff like this. A revitalized Union Station. I'm loving it. So great to be here. This feels like home to me. Well, I found the press penny machine here at Union Station. So it's 51 cents. I do have 51 cents. Unfortunately, it's in my bag. But I will be here in 5 days. So it looks like we got the Washington Capitol Building, a Nationals at Union Station, and a George Washington. So I think we're going to have to save up our quarters and pennies and get some when I come back here on Tuesday. Hey, what's up everybody? We are now in the roomette on the Floridian. We left Washington, D.C. probably about 20 minutes ago. We are moving up to Maryland, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois before we get to Chicago. So I'm ready. I'm happy to be in a roomette. It's going to be a fun time. Get to have a nice sleep here. The train, I guess, is experiencing some heat issues, as all are. My last one was as well. The dining car and the cafes are having a lot of trouble with the heat. So hopefully, as we get later into the day, it gets cooler, and that will help. It's been a great day so far, and we'll keep on going. My dinner has arrived, and I went with the hot dog. Because have you really been on an Amtrak train if you haven't had the hot dog? I'm picky, you know, so I like to have just plain stuff, and hot dog and chips make me very happy. And under that aluminum foil, which I'll show you in a little bit, is the chocolate cake, and I got a Diet Coke, so I am happy. I finally get to have some of the Amtrak chocolate cake. I've heard so much about it. I've seen so many people eat it. It's my time to have some. Can't wait. Bridge. Cool and scary at the same time. there's steak and salmon and all this stuff. But sometimes, you know, a good hot dog, chips, and a drink is perfect. And that cake was great. So a couple things that are going on. One, it is getting warm in this place. I think once I shut the door, the heat kind of got in. There is a vent behind me. I also brought this fan, so I'm gonna be good. The other thing is though that the outlet in this room does not work. This is one of the rooms that's gonna need a renovation soon. So the outlet doesn't work. So I'm actually running out of battery life on a couple things. This camera being one of them. My phone. I'm using my computer to kind of siphon battery into my phone. So because the phone is what I need most. Because it has the tickets and it has how I contact my mom. So I got to keep that going. So I think we're gonna pretty much call this a day. I've already edited about 20 minutes of this first video, and then I'll put in the last part, which is basically from this first train or the second train. I was gonna watch a movie with some popcorn. Probably not gonna watch a movie. I got a whole bunch of other things like some battery-powered puzzle games, some button shy wallet games that I could play, and I have my Steam Deck and Switch. If I could put a couple hours into those, so I think we're gonna call this a day. Great first day. Got to DC. We're now in West Virginia, which is I think my 22nd state, and we are headed to Chicago. We're a little late, about 1 hour and 45 minutes right now, but we have a 5-hour buffer in our Chicago, so we should be okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe play some of these games, chill out, make the bed, and go to sleep. And it's been a long day. I was up at 5 for the start of the day, but yeah, good first day, and we're getting closer. We are moving west, so we are getting closer to Plaay Dot Con. So I can't wait to see everyone. I really enjoyed today talking with Steve Tower. Whereas him and I basically took off at the same time. Like his plane took off about the same time I was walking out of the hotel. So he got there before I was even in Baltimore. But overall, a great day. Very happy to be in this roomette. Very happy to be headed west. And we're gonna keep going. We got a whole week's worth of stuff to do. So till then, till the next video, which should come out a day later, I will see you guys later. I am gonna, film this, edit it, put it on the computer, edit it, and then, have it out sometime when I'm in Chicago, most likely, when I have Wi-Fi and battery and all that. So till then, hope you guys are well, and we'll see you next time. Bye now. Okay, I lied. We are playing the Kicker Super Slide game. Basically, it's like Rush Hour, the puzzle game where you're trying to get the red car out of the thing. In this game, you are trying to get the red square into this spot here, the bottom of the board, by moving all the pieces. So you go like that, move stuff. I have no idea if I'm doing it right. I'm just going with it. I'm not doing it right. Lawrenceburg, West Virginia. I'm stuck. I feel like that's had something to do with it. No. I feel like I'm putting it back to where it was before. See, this reminds me of that puzzle that, like, you know, the dentist used to give you when you were a kid, and you would get a prize after going to the dentist. And there was that puzzle game that went like 1 through 15. We did it. Alright, so that's puzzle 2. Now we got about 497 to go.